Hello everyone, welcome to appse AI demo. So today we are going to show you a workflow which is developed in our appse AI platform. So this workflow automates how we process customer orders that arrive by email as PDF attachments. In the real life you can say this will work automatically, but for today's demo we will be demonstrating it by triggering it manually. What this workflow will do is that first it will read the emails from the Gmail. It will pick up the order for which the order has to be created in SAP SL and then prepare it for processing. Then we will have a AI which will read the PDF like a human would and convert the data for processing, and then AI will match whether the products and the customer mentioned in the attachment are present in SAP or not. If they are present, it will create the order. If not, then it will send a notification. Now what happens is that in the typical business scenario, customers send a mail that this is my email, I have attached the details in the attachment, so create the order for this. So someone from the sales team or the operations team will read that email, understand what the customer is saying. They will understand what is the product, they will go through the attachment, check the product, check the customer, whether they are present in the SAP or not. If they find it, then they will create the order. So if they don't find, then they will try to find the customer. They will try to check based on their understanding if the names are not an exact match. So all these things will be taken care of by AI in this workflow automation. Now let's say a customer sends an email and in the PDF they say that please ship 10 Lenovo laptops from ABC Private Limited. So in reality in this PDF the customer, because the item names may be handwritten, so the item names may be Lenovo ThinkPad 14-inch, while in SAP the name of the product may be ThinkPad L14 Gen 2. So if we are usually using the automation by matching the text, then this automation will fail because it will try to find the exact match of the name. But because we are using AI here, so it will search the data based on the meaning of the data, not the exact name. So because of that, the automation will not fail. Now let us go through the nodes of the workflow one by one. So first, as you can see, it is a trigger manually node. So that is for manually starting the workflow. As I mentioned earlier, it is only for this demo, but in general, it can be an automated workflow which will trigger on a scheduled mode. Next, we have the read messages node. So what it will do is that it will fetch the emails from the inbox which are in an unread state. Next, we will have the get message details. So it will get the details of that selected message. Next, we have the get attachment data. So it will retrieve the attachment from the selected email. Next, we have the base 64 decode. So base 64 decode node is needed here because it will take the PDF attachment which is encoded as a base 64 string and convert it into its original raw format, which can be processed further in the workflow. Next, we have the JSON model from email order attachment. So this converts the order into the required data for order processing based on the output of the AI. So I will show you here. So this is the model that we are using, GPT 4.1. And this is the prompt where we can send. What the prompt will do is that it will extract the order summaries from the string, parse it, read its content and return the structured JSON. And we are also sending the response format that we need. Now coming back to the next, that is the JSON converter. So this will convert the extracted data of the AI node and convert it into a JSON string. Next, we have the splitter node. So this will split the items. So an order can have more than one items. So it will split the items individually so that they can be individually processed. Next, we have the item embeddings, that is the create embeddings. So this is the again an AI node. What it will do is that it will create an embedding for the item data and store it in a vector database, for example quadrant. So these vectors represent the meaning of the data, and it will enable the workflow to compare, match or search for an item in the vector database so that they can quickly find and match the items whether they are present or not, and then use it for creating the sales order. So now why is it needed? This is because in reality the item names that are coming in the email or in the PDF are sometimes written differently. For example, Dell laptop bag. So the way the name written in the email attachment may not exactly match with the item master data name as stored in the SAP database. So because of that, if we use a traditional matching where it matches the item name based on the exact match, it will sometimes fail because the name is same, but we can understand it from the intent that the name is what the user wants it to be, but the exact name may not be available in SAP. So here the AI is not storing the name but the meaning of the data so that it can be used for semantic matching instead of exact text matching, and the automation will not fail. Next we have the item vector retrieve points. So what it will do is that it will search the vector database. Here we have used quadrant, and it will find the closest matching item vector of that data. Next we have a decision node. So here we are taking the decision whether the item exists or not, and based on that we are routing the workflow accordingly. Next we have the customer embeddings. It will do the same that we have discussed for items, but it will be for the customer, where AI will generate the customer vector data and store it in a vector database. Next we have the customer payload retrieve points, which is the same way as it will work for items, that it will search the quadrant database of whether the customer data is present or not based on semantic matching. Next again we have a decision node where the decision will be taken whether the customer is present in SAP or not. If a customer is found, then we have a SAP Business One node which will create the sales order for that customer. And once the order is created, we will update the message as read so that it is not taken up again for processing. And in case the customer is not found, we will also send a mail. This workflow will not fail silently. It will send a notification that the customer has not been found. And if the product is not found, then also we are sending a mail that the product has not been found. Now let us look at the demo for this workflow. So let me first show you. So let's say this is my purchase order for which a new order has to be created in SAP. So let us first run the workflow. As the node progresses, we can see that the state of the node changes to success and the workflow execution is complete. So now let us go to the last node and see whether our order is created or not. So if we check here, we can see the data in a table, in a schema and in the JSON format. So let us go to the JSON format and we see that the doc num is 1926 and the order has been created. Let us look at the order details for which it has to be created. Before that, if I refresh it, you can see that it has been marked as red after it has been processed. So now let us look at the details for which the order was supposed to be created in SAP. So it has been ordered by Flags Unlimited, that is the customer name, and there are two products, one with ordered quantity of 2, another with ordered quantity of 1, Golden Airbag Michael Kor and iPhone 16. So now let us look at whether the order was created in SAP or not. So this is our SAP and we will check whether the order is created or not. So here you can see that the order has been created. As we looked at the JSON earlier, the doc num is 1926. So this is the doc num. This is the customer flag unlimited INC, which was found in SAP, and hence the order was created. So it had two products. So let us look at the first product. It is golden airbag Michael Kor, and two quantities was ordered, and this is iPhone 16, for which one quantity was ordered in this sales order. So this is about what happens when the workflow is executed successfully, in the sense that it is able to create the sales order. Now let us look at the scenario where maybe a customer or an item may not be found. So let us see this one. So now I am telling again that create an order with the details provided in this attachment. So let me go to the workflow again and run it. Workflow execution has started successfully. Okay, the execution is completed. Now let us go and look at the inbox. See, in this case it is saying that customer not found. So it is saying order ID 0048801, customer flower sand not found. Why is it saying that? Is because if we look at this order, the data based on which the order was to be created in SAP, this flower sand, this customer is not actually present in SAP. So even though the products are available in SAP, but the customer is not present, that is why it is telling you that the customer was not found, and we got the notification. So based on the notification, we can take the next action, what needs to be done. Similarly, let us look at what happens if a item is not found. Let us go and run the workflow once again. So the workflow execution is completed. Let us go and check here. So because the item was not found, see here we are saying for this order ID, following items not found, protein bar. We know that in our recipe this product is not available, hence it sent the notification that this product is not available and do the necessary action. So this workflow actually it will learn more with time. So because we are putting it on auto mode, what it will do is that as we have seen earlier, that there is a embedding which is getting created. We will have two more mini workflows over here. So what it will do is that whenever a customer or a product is getting created or updated in SAP, it will keep on creating the embeddings for those data in the vector database. So the next time when the order comes having those customer or items, then it will be able to retrieve the data and create the order successfully. Thanks for watching.